Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Andrew G. And before we get started with this really great episode with Miss Juliana Resendez, she said, Andrew, you don't have to bring me nothing. I just want you to promote my business. And I said, of course, darling. So before we get started with this really great episode, I want to give a special shout out to JR Renovations with Miss Juliana Resendez. Her and her team are local general contractors. They focus on residential and commercial renovations. So you can call them for a quote on the number on the screen and follow on social media at JR Renovations. Hit her up. She's going to have your whole little area looking cute, right?
That's right.
Yes. Thank you so much to JR Renovations. I had to do that. You didn't ask for a lot. I'm going to do that for you. Absolutely.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
No cost, darling. Let's get on with the episode, guys. Enjoy.
Hey everyone, you're listening to The Public Affair with me, Andrew G. I see someone different every episode, but do me a favor, keep it between us.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Andrew G, and welcome to another exciting episode of The Public Affair. Before I get started, I want to use this opportunity, of course, to thank you guys so much for all the love and support that you show this show. I try really, really hard to make sure we're as consistent and everything as possible, and you guys just really show out for me, and I really appreciate it. And big shout out to Rogue Media Network with Mike Hamilton and Allison Robles, always on top of the episodes, making sure that get to me on time, sound great, and everything. You guys work really hard. You don't get enough praise. Thank you guys. Before we get started with the queen, I have to make sure that I give a shout out to a few more of our sponsors of The Public Affair. This episode is brought to you by Four Brothers Construction with my boy Joe Olvera. He provides custom home designs and renovations. He also focuses on roofing, remodeling, plumbing, tree removal, electrical work, and more. Joe and his team of delicious men are building affordable dream homes for you. Yes, and I want to watch one day. I can't wait for them to build my shower. Make sure you call the number on the screen for Four Brothers Construction. My boy Joe Olvera, a longtime sponsor and friend. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much for everything you do for me. Of course, to B and J Refinishing with my boy Frank Biza, who focuses on resurfacing bathtubs, counters, sinks, tiles, and more to original showroom quality. He offers 5-year warranty on most work and has the best prices in town. He also offers inflatables, mechanical bulls, margarita machines, tables, chairs, a foam machine, and more, making all your parties super litty kitty. Frank does every single thing. I saw this shower that he resurfaced or whatever the other day. It had freaking paw prints on it. I thought it was cute. It was cute, like little dog paw prints. Frank, you are a true hustler. Thank you so much for being a longtime sponsor of The Public Affair. Of course, to my boy David Santabanez with Alinea Real Estate, the #1 sales agent in his office will help you buy a home or sell your property. Follow him on Facebook at David with Alinea or call the number on the screen, darling. For all your real estate needs, David, I've worked with him personally to look for a home. It's such an easy process. It's so comfortable. He makes you feel all wanted and stuff. No, pause. Thank you so much, David, for everything you've done for The Public Affair. I truly appreciate you. Ooh, of course, girl, if you haven't been here, Pee-wee's Crab Cakes on the go in Hewitt, Texas, with Miss Anika Armstrong, that snack, serving the most authentic Cajun cuisine with a wide selection of signature crab cakes, pasta, seafood, and more. I had the bourbon pasta last night, and I just rolled around in it. It was absolutely delicious. Now, my favorite is actually the blackened chicken seafood pasta, but get that one. And their top recommended is the Southern Fried Catfish Special, served with seafood pasta, potato salad, 6 fried shrimp, and the fish is topped with Hudat sauce. And I'm not going to tell you what it is because you got to go to 108 Jim Drive in Hewitt or order online at orderpeeweescrabcakesonthego.com. Miss Anika Armstrong, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to my boy Marcos Cordero with Midway Nutrition, located at 511 North Hewitt Drive. He offers meal replacement shakes and delicious teas. My favorite are the Honey Nut Cheerios, the Gladiator, because it has like little almonds on top and it's like a little surprise at the end, and the Cherry Berry Tea. Oh, I just love rolling around in it after a good workout in the morning, so I don't feel too bloated, you know what I mean? Head over there for a delicious meal replacement. Marcos Cordero, thank you so much for all you've done for me in The Public Affair. I truly appreciate you, bro. I almost said girl. And of course, to Sonia's Event Planning and Rentals with Sonia Childers. She's an event planner that specializes in wedding, quinceañeras, baby showers, corporate events, and more, darling. Now she's appointments only, so make sure you reach out to schedule a consultation at Childers1994@yahoo.com or call the number on the screen. Take the stress of planning your event off your shoulders because Sonia's got your back, darling. Sonia, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. I truly, truly appreciate you. All right, guys, so like I said, I've been excited. I'm not gonna lie, I've been excited to have this guest on the show. It's been a long time coming. We only talked about it a year and a half ago. We're gonna talk about.
Has it been that long?
It's been a year and a half, girl. It's at least.
Wow.
Okay, yes, and you know what? She's a juggernaut in her own right. She's making her waves in town. She's got a lot to say, and I said, come on The Public Affair and say it. So without further ado, I'd love to welcome Miss Juliana Resendez to The Public Affair with JR Renovations and JR CrossFit. How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you coming on. She had to fight traffic. Okay.
Yes.
I think
horrible.
You guys were having family time today, right? And
yes.
she said, I'm going to pencil you in. I got penciled in. I thought that was cute. Yeah. So, you know, you made a lot of, I guess, sacrifices and jumped a lot of hurdles to be here today. So I really want to tell you that I appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate you having me.
Of course. And, you know, I had Juliana, because of you, we got to record that episode with Xavier Guerrero. That was a few episodes ago. She came and flame throw her my stairs. Remember, because it was all frozen and shit. She just advised me that she busted her ass doing it. I did not see that. Okay,
yeah, it was comical.
Yeah, did you punch the ice and break it, or?
I damn near broke my back.
Oh shit, are you good though?
No, I'm good.
You're good. All right, perfect. Well, I'm really grateful that you're here, Juliana. I like to be candid on the show, and I like to talk about things. I like to get things off my chest. I think that's what people don't do these days, and I don't like that. Yeah. I think that when there's obviously like the elephant in the room, I like to just address it. I think we got off on the wrong foot, and I felt bad. I did. I felt really bad because I never wanted you to feel. Okay, so Juliana hit me up. Obviously, a lot of people inquire about being on the show, and when the show started, I didn't know how many people were gonna hit me up. True. Yeah, yes. At the time, Juliana, and it's not excuses. I was so head buried busy. Like, I was doing a full-time job and the radio station and the public affair. I couldn't meet no meetings. You're not the only person.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I owe a bunch of people an apology. So I wanted to use this opportunity to tell you that I'm sorry we never had that dinner date that I promised you we were going to do. We were going to have brunch at Butter My Biscuit. And she'd also reached out for promotions. Advertising. So the way I do my sponsorships is that I never have two of the same type of person, because then it to me, because I've seen it in radio, causes conflict and strife. So she wanted to do it with JR Renovations. I got the construction business. JR CrossFit. Oh shit, I got the gym. And when were we gonna have dinner? And I'm sorry. I have no excuses. Okay?
I understand totally.
So can we just let everybody know there's no animosity between us?
None whatsoever.
She never beat my ass, which she could. Right? But yeah, I have to say, a lot of people really, they hit me up to be on the show. And I can't get to everybody, unfortunately. Then I have this weird thing in my head that's like, okay, this person would be good after this one, and this one, this one. And then I was like, I got to get her. I just got to fit her in the puzzle. You know what I mean? And this is perfect timing. I say timing is everything. And you're here. You're here. So thank you. Thank you. And you don't drink, so we're just going to cheers to you being here anyway. You got your Dr. Pepper.
I got my Dr. Pepper. Yeah, I'm JR CrossFit, but I'm drinking Dr. Pepper.
Do you just not drink alcohol at all? Is that a thing? Or?
Every once in a while, I have a social drink.
Like, what's your drink of choice?
Malibu, Sprite, and Blue Crocca.
I've never heard of Blue Crocca.
Yeah. It's just the stuff that makes the drink blue.
Okay, got you. Yeah. Nah. Anyway, so Juliana, let's, now that we got that out of the way, thank you for letting me do that. Can you introduce yourself to us a little bit? Maybe if whoever doesn't know who you are, which, yeah, right. Can you tell us a little bit about who you are and stuff like that? Introduce yourself to us, please, darling.
Okay, so Juliana Resendez. I was born and raised in Lorena, so I'm a leopard through and through. Yep. Country girl at heart. And kind of graduated from there, and kind of life took its turn. Okay. And wasn't for the best whenever I was younger. Yeah. That's a whole rabbit hole that we can go down.
Yeah, we sure are.
Basically, that's when sexuality is coming out, all that jazz. I needed to find a home. People that, accepted me and took a wrong path, got out. And that's whenever I knew that I never, ever, ever want to feel the coldness of the concrete floors or hearing, a jail cell door close behind you. Like, I promised myself that I would never go back there again. Okay. And so I really worked hard at redeeming my reputation. Okay. And basically made amends to those that I had wronged in my life, and started grinding. Yeah. Hustling.
For sure.
And now I am where I'm at today. And it's because of those things that happened to me in my life. I would never change those at all. Like, they have made me the person that I am today.
Right, for sure.
But it's made me who I am. Yeah. And I've been grinding ever since I've gotten out.
Okay. And I will come to your defense. So, when I moved to Texas, I lived in Lorena too. Yeah. I was in Lorena for like 3 months. I'm sorry. Yeah. I had to deepen my voice so hard as ass because, it was at the time I was like, hi, I'm Andrews. Juliana, everybody bought it. Everybody bought it. They thought I was like that. You know what I mean? And now they watch the show like, who the fuck, Yeah, no. Okay. So I'm pretty sure growing up in that small town, because it is a relatively small town, especially in your day and age, not to, I'm not doing your age, you know what I mean? You look great for how old you are. But, I'm sure a lot of people probably didn't accept your sexuality. Would that be fair to say?
That's fair to say. Okay. Whenever I turned 17, I had won Miss Hispanic Waco. Okay. And so I felt very pressured in the sense of I had to walk a certain way, talk a certain way. Okay. And my mom was like, you probably need to start dating guys. And, all this. Okay. So I had to be somebody that I wasn't at 17 years old. Right. And so I felt very trapped at that age. And I didn't really have an outlet. I didn't have anywhere to turn to. I had been feeling these things, which at that point, everybody had already knew about me. But at that age, it was like, okay, I'm ready to bust at the seams here because I'm trying to be somebody that people want me to be, but I'm not this person.
For sure.
And that's when my life just took the wrong turn.
Okay, I got you. So you go from being the pageant queen, or Miss Waco. Okay. Yeah. And so were you dating guys at that time?
I was dating a guy, and still to this day, he is one of my best friends. Oh. His family owns El Conquistador. It's Jesus Gonzalez.
Oh, Jesus Gonzalez.
Yes.
What's up? Okay. Is that my sponsor, Jesus Gonzalez? No.
Okay. So Jesus is like a massage therapist.
Oh, okay.
He worked for his family for a really long time, and now he does massage therapy.
Is he hot?
He is incredibly hot.
Yeah.
I can admit that. So I will tell you when a guy has a perfect physique and is handsome, and he's very handsome. Okay. And his wife is even hotter.
Oh, shit. Okay. So I'll tell you what, you take the wife and then I'll take him. And no, she's happily married. No, we're not going to do that. Okay. I'm not going to do that. Okay. Listen, Juliana, I'm just trying to find a man's here. All right. Nobody's helping. All right. Okay. Shit. That went off the wrong. Yeah. You know what? Did you feel weird having to date guys? Because you probably knew that you were a lesbian your whole entire life. Yeah. Right. Like people, it's hard for people to believe that we were actually born this way.
So what's crazy is that I was honest with him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but I mean, to think about it, high school boy. Oh, I'm dating a girl that likes girls. Okay. So to him,
he's over there. Yeah.
Yeah. To him, he absolutely loved it. But it was hard in the sense of like, I really, really cared for him like a lot, but just that attraction as far as being able to be intimate.
Right. Was it? Did y'all try though? Was it like?
Oh yeah, we tried. We tried plenty of times.
And were you just like?
Actually, no. Yeah. Okay, so I can admit when I think that. Okay, so like sex with the guy is not bad. I will never say no. It is absolutely horrible. I can't stand it. No.
Right.
But the connection is not there. It's very mechanical.
Okay, I got you.
I'm doing what I need to do.
Let me stop lying. I don't got you because I can't. I've tried. When I was in high school around that age as well, I was like, okay, I got to get with this girl, and then we have to have the sex.
Yeah.
You know. And then I saw vagina for the first time in my life, Juliana. I was like, no, I can't. No, I'm sorry. Y'all can keep that shit. I'm not. No. Okay. We're done here. Yeah. So okay. So you were honest to him about, hey, I'm probably a lesbian. You know what I mean? And then so he was just like. You know?
Yeah, I mean, to him, he was dating Miss Hispanic Waco. He had me as a girlfriend. Okay. I was arm candy. Yeah. I was actually older than him.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, he had it all. Like, he had everything.
Do you think you were just, like, playing the game, so to speak? Like, it was just between the two of you? Or?
No, because he really did love me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did. Okay. He did love me.
Yeah.
But then I found out that he was having sex with another girl, and so I was just like, nope, not happening.
Ain't that a man for you?
I was like, not happening. Not happening.
You know what? Just for that, that's why I'm going with bitches. Because they don't do that.
Still to this day, we're best friends.
Okay,
we're really
that's
good friends.
Yeah, I think that's really great. You know, I can't say that No, you know what's so funny? The last girlfriend that I had, she's full-blown lesbian now, which we did not plan that. You know, and I'm talking about like man lesbian. Like she's got the...
butch going on?
The butchy haircut. And I love her. You know what I mean? Shout out to Jasmine in Florida. But she's got the butchy haircut going on.
Is she from here?
No. This is when I lived in Miami.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and so so then we had it was great because we had the long distance relationship over the phone, so I don't have to kiss her. And then that lasted about 3 days because the guys in high school were fine, Juliana, and I was like, hey, I can't tell you why I can't do this, but I just can't do this. And she acted so heartbroken, that poor thing. And now she's got like a long-term girlfriend, I believe, and you know she's doing good. Yeah, doing her whole lesbian thing and stuff. You know, I definitely want to talk to you more about being a lesbian and such. But real quick, I got to get to know you a little bit more after the Waco Awards. I got to go to the second half where you happened to win your award that night. Yes. You won the Mr. Mitch Davis Entrepreneur of the Year award. Yes. Is that correct? Okay. I have to tell you that I think that your speech was absolutely incredible. I was sitting right there and I was like, it struck me. You know what I mean? And you really like made a commitment to donate, X amount of money. We're not gonna put your business out there, but X amount of money to the thing. You know, were you nervous making that speech and all, or?
No. So one thing about me that I've noticed throughout all the years from being able to be in public. A lot of people prepare. A lot of people write stuff down. I'm not like that. I'm the type of person that it'll come to me whenever I'm up there,
Right.
and I feel whatever is in the moment,
Okay.
and that's just kind of whatever I was feeling.
I got you. Yeah, well, you were feeling it really, really well. And I really think that you struck a chord a lot. And I made my little, I was not there to accept my
I know, I noticed that.
Girl, I told them I was busy that day. Right, Mike? We recorded 3 shows that day. Right, thank you. My soccer team won a championship. The soccer team, the Shadow Soccer soccer team. And we had a party for them. And I told whoever, I was like, hey, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it.
Yeah.
And then when I won the award, everybody in the world was texting me. I was like, I better go. You know what I mean? So I was really happy I got to see you accept that award and everything. So congratulations to that. I know you really wanted that award, you know, and you're a great entrepreneur in your own right. You know what? I want to definitely talk to you more about being gay and stuff like that. I want to talk to you. I think you went to the penitentiary and all that from what I want to get into all that good stuff. Okay. But we're going to take a quick little break real quick. Okay. And when we get back, we're going to talk more about Juliana being a lesbian. We're going to talk more about her jail time. And we're going to talk about more how she became a successful entrepreneur in her own right and an absolute queen here in, I can say queen here in Waco. Absolutely. We'll be right back with more of The Public Affair. Everybody stay tuned. Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying this really fun episode of The Public Affair with Ms. Juliana Resendez. Before we continue with the episode, I definitely want to use this opportunity to give a shout out to a few more of the sponsors of The Public Affair. This episode is brought to you by Elite Barbershop with my boy Sid Rodriguez, located on Hewitt Drive. You can call the number on the screen to book or download the Cut app, and they take walk-ins as well. They also got Marcus Guerrero, Chris Reyes, Santos Cordova, David Rodriguez, and Isaac Chavez. All snacks, making you look super snacky, special Marcus. Thank you so much to Elite Barbershop for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. I truly appreciate you, bro. Of course, the Jesus Gonzalez with Brothers Concrete Construction, as well as talking about, specializes in concrete work like slabs, driveways, pool decks, patios, sidewalks, and more. I can't wait for him to build me an underground pool in my future chateau that David will help me find one day. It's going to be, watch them do it. I can't wait. I can't wait for all these men to, you know. Gorgeous work. Follow on Facebook to see at Brothers Concrete Construction or call the number on the screen for your free estimate. To Jesus Gonzalez, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to Juliana and I Banda with Banda's hauling service. You might want to take this number down, girl. Rent dump trailers. You fill it up and they haul it away. They also do junk removal and tree brush removals and haul cars in and out of town. I definitely feel like it's one of those things that you don't think you need and then you need it. And Bandas is right there on call. Book now with the number on the screen. To Banda's hauling service, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode. And of course, to one of my obsessions, J Pedal and Poke with Junior Fuentes, Thomas Robertson, the entire family. Have you been?
Yes.
I love rolling around in their delicious, savory Japanese crepes and their poke bowls. They also have handcrafted Thai-rolled ice cream for dessert. You choose from the menu item or create your own, like I like to do because I like to be in control, even though I'm a little bit submissive. Locations on University Parks Drive and Hewitt Drive, or you can order online at jpedaltx.com. Thank you, J Pedal and Poke, so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. All right, guys, I'm so excited to get back into this episode with Ms. Juliana Resendez. Get the popcorn and the tea because it's about to get steamy, darling. Here we go. Hey guys, welcome back to this episode of The Public Affair with Ms. Juliana Resendez. So I definitely wanted to talk to her a little bit more about being gay in Lorena, having a boyfriend and a man's, and ending up in the penitentiary, I believe. Whose ass are you kicking over there, girl? All right, okay, so you have the boyfriend, okay? You mentioned at 17 years old, and then he cheats on you with another man. And, you know, that's why I'm just team side piece over here, Juliana. I can't. No commitments for me. Just let me know when you want to come over and we're going to do this, all right? Except when I have the surgery Monday, I'm going to be out of commission for a minute. Anyway, okay, so talk to me a little bit about when your life started veering off, because you mentioned that, I think in your speech for the Waco Awards, that you spent some time in jail and stuff like that. Everything just started going great. I mean, were drugs involved in all that? Or can you tell us a little bit about?
So 17 years old, and, you know, I'm in Spotlight, Miss Hispanic Waco, and graduating high school, going into college, and long story short, I end up getting involved with the wrong crowd. And I get involved with the wrong crowd is because at that time, it wasn't as accepted as it is in today's world. Right. And for me, I was just looking for a place to be accepted, people to hang out with, and I ended up hanging out with people that were heavily involved in drugs. Not drugs as in like the dirty drugs, as in crack and meth and heroin and all that.
No needles.
I was, none of that. I was like the party scene. I was the ecstasy. I was going to raves, smoking weed, that kind of stuff. Not, the dirty, not that Bell Me type stuff. Yeah, nothing against Bell Me. I was more of like the fun party stuff.
Okay, got you.
But then it started to take its toll. I went from being somebody that was hustling it. I've always made money. Okay. I've always been a hustler. Right. 24/7. You will never find me broke. Ever. Okay. So even at that age, I was hustling, selling drugs. Right. More or less ecstasy, going to raves. Okay. And at that point, I started to become more of a user than selling.
Okay.
And that's when things started to take its toll.
Right.
So then I'm in a relationship. It was my first girlfriend that I had, like serious girlfriend.
Okay, got
like
you.
In love, like over the moon. And relationships started to get bad. Relationship started getting bad because I found out that she's cheating on me with my best friend, which was a guy.
Can't trust nobody. God damn.
So,
okay. Oh my God.
I walk in.
Julia.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry. Go. Okay.
I walk in and yes.
He's
Yes.
doing things.
Yes.
We're talking about some Chinese food.
Yep.
Oh no, man.
And so chopsticks, everything.
Dead. He would have came up. They both would have came up missing. Go ahead.
I seen red.
Yeah.
I seen red. And I ended up catching a family violence misdemeanor case.
Okay.
I was put on probation.
Whose ass did you beat? His or hers or both? Can we say
hers?
Hers. Okay. You didn't really.
Well, he tucked and ran off. Yeah.
Don't you hate? Anyway, go ahead.
And like, I just remember seeing red.
Okay, got you.
And literally ever since whenever I got out, or even before I went out, I remember there was this time that I was looking in a jail cell in this distorted ass mirror that they have.
Yeah, for sure.
And I remember thinking to myself that I will never, ever, regardless of the circumstances, will I ever lay my hand on another woman again.
Right.
I was 18 at the time. Still I'm sorry, 17. Still no excuse. I was a baby, but it should have never happened, regardless of the circumstance. But that's easier said than done whenever you're putting that situation.
Yes.
So I get on a probation for that and still doing drugs, still not doing the right thing.
Right.
And we're out at this party and I see this guy there that owes me some money.
Oh.
He owes me
some
like
drug money.
some money. Yes.
Okay.
Like basically I'd fronted him some money or some weed.
Right.
And he was supposed to pay me. And it was like $1,600. So to me, that's $1,600 is $1,600. Now, it's not nothing to me, but I would let that fly.
Right.
But back then, I was like, that's $1,600.
Okay.
So
are you saying that it's not nothing to you because there's a lot more money coming in with the drugs? Like $1,600 is kind of just like chump change?
Right now in my life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like now that I look at it, I would have been like $1,600 isn't shit. It's not worth what happened to me behind that.
Baby, I still got to pay off this iPad. You better calm down. Okay. Go ahead. We just started over here. Okay, Juliana. But anyway, go ahead.
So we're at this party and it's me, my ex, and my roommate at the time.
Yeah.
And we popped some Xanax bars.
Okay.
And Xanax, you can be fully awake, partying, and completely blacked out.
Wow.
So all I know from the police records is we follow this dude to his house. Okay. And my ex-girlfriend goes through a window. My roommate goes through the front door, and I'm sitting in the car. And I'm like, and still to this day, there is parts of this that I do not remember.
Because of the ecstasy?
No, because of the Xanax.
The Xanax, excuse me.
Yes,
okay.
because of the Xanax. I vaguely remember telling my ex, don't break the window.
Okay.
And honestly, still to this day, they say that the guy wasn't there at the house.
Okay.
But I remember following him there. Okay. So I don't know how he wasn't at the house.
Right,
Those
right.
are still things that are like gaps in our memory, and I've never actually gotten the full story yet.
Okay.
So
when you're saying ex-girlfriend, is this a different girlfriend? This is not the one that you assaulted. This is a different girlfriend?
No, it's the same one.
It's the same girl. Okay,
Same
so you
girl.
guys got back together.
Same girl.
You skipped that whole part. Yeah. Okay.
Same girl.
Okay,
We're still
same
together.
girl. Okay.
And I remember waking up that next morning and I hear a knock on the door and it's the police. And I look over at my ex and I'm like, and we had cameras in our house. And I was like, why are the police here? And so roommate comes running in, busting through my bedroom door. And he's like, what the fuck happened last night? And I remember I was like, we literally look over on the side of our bed and we have some DVDs, projector, and that's it. Literally, that's what was taken from the house.
Oh, wow.
And so my girlfriend at the time says that she told him, we're going to take this because you haven't paid us the $1,600.
Oh.
But what's crazy is that the projector was actually in my name. I had actually bought the projector.
Okay.
He did some flooring work from me back then. So I told him, you're going to owe me for the projector.
Okay.
And then weeks later, he came in, bought some weed from me, or I fronted some weed to him.
Okay.
So he was supposed to owe me that and the projector.
When you say fronted weed, that means you gave him the weed, but he has to pay you back.
Yes, he has to pay you back.
Okay.
With interest.
Okay.
With interest.
Okay. This is so interesting. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
So she goes in and she takes it.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting in the car and I literally tell the police, hey, this projector is in my name and I have a receipt for it.
Yeah, for sure.
And they said, it doesn't matter. You broke into a house and you took property that was yours, but on their premises.
What?
And so we got arrested.
Okay.
Yeah, we got arrested for it.
Wow.
Crazy thing is that I told the police that even after everything had happened with me and my girlfriend, I had knew that if I had gotten in trouble, that was going to mess up my probation.
Okay.
So I took the rap.
Oh, okay.
And I told her, don't say anything. Don't say nothing at all.
Right.
And they ended up still giving her, it was adjudicated probation, so it's not even on her record anymore.
Right, okay.
Never had a traffic ticket in my life.
Wow.
Never been in trouble. Never had gone to jail. Nothing. And was standing in front of the judge, and they gave me 8 years penitentiary.
8 years?
8 years.
For stealing a projector?
That was mine.
That was yours. Now, did the drugs have anything to do? They were like, okay, well, we found some like of this and that. Like,
so they didn't find any of that there.
Okay.
Yeah, they didn't find none of that there. So thank God I was never arrested for any of that.
Okay.
But of those 8 years, I had to do 5 years.
Okay. Okay.
So I did 5 years of prison time.
So what's going through your mind when the judge tells you, hey, you're about to spend this much time in jail? I mean, do you feel like your life is over at that point or what?
Well, we were fighting really hard because I was 17 at the time the crime was committed.
Okay.
So I was still a minor. But the problem is that they didn't indict me until I was 18. So for the longest time, we tried to fight that.
Right.
And the judge wasn't buying it.
They was playing,
literally, I was made an example at the court. It was, we're going to make an example of you. Not so much in those words, but we tried to fight, say, I've never been in trouble. We tried to tell them, hey, I'm on drugs, try to put me in drug rehabilitation, something along those matters.
Do you feel at this point that it was a fair judgment, or do you still have like hold resentment towards that?
No, I don't hold any resentment towards it.
Okay.
Simply because I wholeheartedly believe that life happened the way that it was supposed to happen.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And I remember whenever I was arrested, there was a part of me that was I was angry.
Yeah.
I was angry with my ex. I was angry with the situation.
Right.
Because I didn't believe that it was fair that I was the only one that was there.
Yeah.
But time healed all those things. And I actually did go through a drug rehabilitation inside of there.
Yeah, for sure.
And I realized a lot of things while I was in there, and it was, you couldn't hold anybody else accountable for your wrongdoings.
Right.
So that's when I really took a look in the mirror and really confronted my demons that were inside of me.
Okay.
Why am I doing what I'm doing? What is causing me to use drugs? Why do I have this void?
Okay.
And a lot of it boiled down to my sexuality.
Right.
Because I didn't feel accepted.
So when you say that you weren't feeling accepted, was that including your family and everybody? Like,
yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Wow. Okay. So what was it like when you tell like your parents, hey, I'm gay? Like, you know what I mean?
So I was actually 9.
Okay.
My mom knew at a very early age.
They always know.
Yeah, they knew at a very
Absolutely.
early age. And my mom was very particular about, I couldn't really spend the night with girls.
Okay.
She really kind of wanted me to dress certain ways.
Right.
I was raised as a Jehovah's Witness.
Oh.
So it was very strict in the household.
Yes.
No Christmases. Now, they started being lenient on that a little bit later on. But other than that, my mom was pretty strict on like, you're going to be in softball, you're going to be in sports, you're going to be in school. It was very, like she ran a tight ship there.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, I got you. I want to talk to you a little bit about the jail, though. Okay, so you're in the jail, right? And you're about to spend 5, 8 years or whatever. Okay, do you start off as you strike me as the type of person that you were in there and you were kind of gangster? like how much?
Like Orange is the New Black.
I was gonna say how much of it is like Orange is the New Black?
So it is cliquey.
Okay,
it is cliquey in there. It's nowhere near as bad as a men's penitentiary.
Okay, got you.
But luckily for me, when I went in, you have to think I was a baby. I was 17. I had just turned 18 years old. So there was this Mexican lady that kind of took me underneath her wing. And if I can honestly say that if it wasn't for her, you can very easily get hurt in there.
Right.
Going in with the wrong attitude. If you're too, if your demeanor is just too strong, like I don't take any shit from anybody, that can get your ass beat.
They're gonna
if
test
you go
them,
in there and you're too submissive, that'll get your ass taken. So luckily for me, this older lady kind of took me in and she showed me the ropes whenever I first got there.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm definitely gonna take the submissive route if that ever happens to me, because I like being submissive anyway. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna go in there and be like, okay, whose bitch am I? Today. Okay, I don't want none of this going down the road. I want it now. All right, let's get it out of the way. You know, Juliana, you do strike me as a type though that probably would have went in there a little bit like aggressive. Tougher. You know what? Yeah. I mean, so were you nervous, or like how did it all work? Like,
I don't necessarily say that I was nervous. I'm the type of person that kind of takes life as it's coming at me.
Okay.
I did have more of a hard approach, even though I was a kid. But my family, like the Resendez side of the family, is constantly always in and out of jail all the time. Like that's just that side of the family is just kind of known for that.
Okay.
So I was exposed to people kind of coming in and out all my life.
Right.
So their demeanor was more of like a, that type, like chin up, chest puffed out. So when I went in, I didn't let anybody know that I was scared. I didn't let anybody know that I was worried about what nighttime would bring, that kind of stuff. But I didn't take any shit from anybody.
Okay, gotcha.
At all.
So did you find yourself in like sticky situations in jail?
Yeah. When I first got in there, it was about a week whenever I got in there, there was this black lady that approached me and we went to blows.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And now that I look back at it, that was the moment that I was being tested.
Okay.
And nobody ever really messed with me after
that. Okay.
Now, I can tell you that I got my ass handed to me.
Right.
It was a big black girl, and I got my ass handed to me.
She whooped that ass?
But I can tell you this, she knew I was there.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So, and really in there, that's what matters.
Okay.
Like, if anybody would have seen that I would have been submissive, but I held my own.
Okay, got you. So did y'all become friends after that or something?
No, but it was more of a muitual respect after that.
Oh, okay.
Don't fuck with me, and
like, I'm not gonna fuck with you. Like, we good? Okay.
Yep.
You want your bread today? No, type shit.
Don't fucking take my commissary.
Okay. Did you, because I asked you earlier, like, if it's how much of Orange is the New Black is like prison. Did you have like a prison girlfriend, or how did that all work? Tell us all the good stuff, Juliana.
So that is rampant in there. But the problem is that you have so many girls that are going in there that are coming off drugs or like nasty or like it's very rare to find pretty girls in there. Okay. And my standard is pretty high. So
but you like the pretty girls is what we're saying. You like the nice femme types. so
I like lipsticks, and there's not a lot of those in there.
Oh, okay, I got you. So you didn't really have a prison girlfriend at the time. Okay. Was there any other situations in jail that you can tell us a little bit about? I mean it was 5 years. You probably went through some shit in there.
I've seen a lot of shit happen to other girls in there.
Okay, gotcha.
There are times when people are placed on units that shouldn't be on those units, like women that are doing lifetime for killing babies or doing shit like that. And then you've got somebody that's going in there for 5 years where they should never be housed with those type of people.
Okay,
like
gotcha.
Ever. And you have to think these people don't have shit to lose. And then you've got somebody going in there that's 5 years and trying to parole out in 2 years. And these people will fuck with you just to do it because they don't have nothing else to do.
Right, for sure.
So I've seen a lot of things that happen to where you had to turn your head. And I think throughout my entire lifetime, that was probably some of the most pivotal, hardest moments that I've ever had to go through was to not involve myself in situations that could get me killed.
Okay, I got you. Yeah. So, I mean, do you think that your life is pretty much over at that point? I mean, you spend so much years, you probably think you're going to spend 8 years in prison, right? And so are you just thinking, hey, there's not going to be an out for me after this, or like my life is over, I might as well stay here? What's going through? I have a brother that's in prison right now. He deserves to be in there for what he did. And I haven't said what it is live. I'll tell you after show. But he's in there for an extra, a good amount of time. And so I wonder if you think my life is over when I get out. I'm better off staying here. You know what I mean?
I think I sulked for about a year.
Okay.
And then after that, it was, what can I do to better my, because I was still a kid. So I knew that when I got out, I would be fairly young.
Okay.
I would still be of age to where I could still offer, like I could be in a relationship. I could still have a family. I could still have kids. I could still do all this stuff. So no, it was after that year that I was like, I'm going to get out sooner than what I'm supposed to.
Okay.
And that's when I started grinding. I started taking classes, doing all the things that are cliche with prisons, classes.
Start going to church and stuff.
So I started doing all those things, getting myself involved in stuff. But it was after that first year that I was like, I'm not going to be the victim.
Okay, I got you. So you get out of prison, right? At this point, what are you, like 25, 24, something like that?
25.
Okay, so you're out of prison. What's going on now? Do you sing the jailhouse blues? Like, I'm into Jesus now. Or, like.
No.
Okay.
Nope. Never. I never came out like, oh, I'm going to be, walking this line with Christ. Now, I've always contributed my success to him.
Absolutely.
Because of him. But it was never this, I have never...
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
People do that.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I've never been the type of person, and I don't down people for this, but there are people that are, ex-users, addicts and stuff, and they're like, if I don't go to an AA meeting, I'm going to use the next day. Well, I'm not putting my faith in that. Like, I'm not putting all my chips into that, because if I have to rely so hard on an AA meeting or a sponsor, or I'm not doing something right in my life.
Okay.
So it was finding that balance within myself,
Right.
not going around people, places, and things, and hanging out with people that didn't give two shits about me whenever I was in there.
Right.
And it was really about, I'm about to go to college.
Okay.
And I'm about to work my way up my career ladder.
Got you.
So I started busting my ass when I got out of prison.
Did prison time make you realize who was really there for you and who wasn't?
Yes, absolutely,
Okay.
100%.
How much of that was hurtful?
It was a wake up call.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a wake up call.
Okay, got you.
For sure.
Would you say a lot of your family supported you?
My mom and my dad were there every other weekend.
Okay.
So that was surprising to me in the sense of, like, my mom knew about my lifestyle. She knew, that the reasoning behind me being in there was because my relationship was so bad with my ex-girlfriend at the time.
Right.
And what's crazy is even after I got out, my mom did not accept my lifestyle fully up until she lost a family member that hung herself because her family didn't accept her lifestyle.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so I remember that my mom crying, called me, and was just hysterical. And I was like, what's going on with you?
Right.
And I was probably 31 at the time.
Okay.
And she was just like, I just want to tell you that I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry for not ever accepting you. And it was ever since then is when my mom just was like,
She's like, this is it.
this is it.
Oh, wow. That's pretty powerful, Julia.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I can kind of relate. I just want to share this too. When I came out as gay, the parents knew. They ask, okay. But when I came out as gay to my mom, I think the biggest thing, and I talked to my cousin about this the other day, I think their biggest fear was because like AIDS is so high in like my community specifically.
Yes.
I had an uncle that was gay and died of AIDS. And I think they thought I was going to go down the same path.
They're worried about that.
And now my dad watches the show because I say in every other episode that nobody shoots up this club. You know what I mean? No, because I'm aware. You know what I mean? Like I promote being a drunk, slutty whore all the time, but I'm also never that drunk where it's like, hey, you better put this on or we're not doing shit. You know what I mean? So it's good to know that now. Would you say your dad was pretty accepting from the beginning, or did he have a hard time too?
No, my dad was actually more of the laid back one.
Oh, okay.
My dad was the one that was like, he didn't really quite talk about it. It was just kind of understood.
Got you.
My mom was the vocal one.
Yeah.
She was the one that was like, there's no room for a grave center like that in our household. God doesn't accept that, you know, that kind of stuff. So my mom was the one that was more in my face. My dad was the one that was like,
It is what it
chill.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go build something.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. All right. So you're starting to turn your life around. Okay. So you're going to college. You're doing all these things. At what point do you become? I mean, you own these really great tycoons, JR Renovations. You own JR CrossFit. A number of things probably. Okay. At what point do you say, you know what? I'm going to just become my own boss. I mean, were jobs not lining up because you were in prison for so long, and this was the only avenue, or
So when I got out, went to school. I graduated with 2 bachelor's degrees, and I was a supervisor at Sanderson Farms. I think that's where everybody goes when they get out.
Scooby said he was at Sanderson Farms.
Yeah, everybody's like, we're going to go to Sanderson Farms because I got my foot in the door and I worked my way up to a supervisor.
Okay.
Well, to me, I did not see myself in that career path at all. So I was actually going to school to be a nurse. I got all the way up to my 3rd semester, was going into my 4th semester, and I literally 4.0 GPA, the cream of the cream. In order to even get into nursing school, you have to have a 4.0 GPA.
Okay.
And so I'm carrying this throughout all my nursing school. And then I remember just waking up one day and I'm like, this is not what I want. And I was a project manager for a company at the time. So I'd already had experience with construction.
Right.
And I just remember thinking to myself, I do not want to make somebody else's dreams. Like, I don't want to make somebody else profitable when I know what to do.
Yeah, for sure.
And the factors of me going to prison did help in that equation in the sense of I never got the doors closed in my face. Never had the doors closed. And it's just because my experience and my reputation preceded myself. And I had no problem sitting across from a table and saying, hey, I just want to let you know before you hire me and you do a background check, this is what's going to be on it. Okay. Don't waste my time. I know what I can bring to the table. If you can't look past that, then let me go down the street where I know somebody else is going to hire me.
We good. Yeah. Please. Okay.
So,
I'm hungry.
Yeah. And literally I woke up that day and I was like, I have money in my bank account. I'm not going to do this.
Yeah.
And I just took that leap of faith and I started up my own gym.
Okay.
And worked from the gym and then slowly started getting into the renovation portion of things.
Okay, got you.
And now I'm running both of those companies.
Geez, just to tell you. So you just decide, did you drop out of nursing school? Is that what happened?
Yep,
okay.
Out.
Do you have any regrets for that? Because I feel like nursing, not to say that these other two businesses are not something that you can fall back on either, but I feel like every business is going to need a nurse. Yep. You know what I mean? So
not necessarily, because I'm glad that I actually went. 4th semester is all about preceptorship. So everything that I learned from the 1st through the 3rd semester is anatomy and physiology, and it applied to JR CrossFit.
Oh, okay.
So I needed to know about how the body interacted with one another. I needed to know about the anatomy because that really helped with the gym.
Yeah, for sure.
So no, I don't regret that.
Did you have a lot of doors closed in your face because of your background?
I did.
You did? Okay.
Yeah, I did.
Did it ever become discouraging to you, Juliana? You were like, screw this shit.
It pissed me off.
Did it really?
Yeah, it really did.
Wow.
It really made me think, like, anytime, and still to this day, if somebody looks at me differently, or if somebody's like, don't work with her, don't use her business, or if somebody has something to say about me, all they're doing is making me level up.
Oh, okay.
That's
got
all
you.
they're doing.
So that's how you like kind of.
Yeah, that's motivation for me.
Okay, got you. Do you, I was going to ask, do you find yourself, because I think maybe it's not fair to say in this day and age, and you correct me if I'm wrong here. Do you think a lot of people do doubt you because you're a woman and stuff like that? Like, oh, she can't have a construction business. She don't know what the fuck she's doing, or, that. I
think I faced a lot of that about 4 years ago.
Okay.
That's whenever I'm in a male-dominated industry, straight up.
Okay.
But I'll hold my own. I can piss just as far as you can. So really, that's how the approach that I take. And I'm more of a, let me show you. I don't want to sit here and spit box with you. Okay. Give me the opportunity to show you what I can bring to the table.
Right. So,
and that's how I've gained my respect.
I was going to say, so how much of that did you have to do? I mean, did you find yourself doing that more often than not, or did people usually kind of give you a chance?
No. So I did for a while. I had to work in the gutters. Like I had a mentor from a long time ago, and still to this day, he is every piece of information this man has given me has applied to every aspect of my businesses.
Okay.
And one of the things that he told me is, it doesn't matter if you're sweeping or if it doesn't matter if you're running a multi-million-dollar company.
Right.
You're going to treat every level of this job in the same mannerism, and hold it within the same respect and have its values. So for me, I didn't care whether or not if I was sweeping that broom or if I was coming in my Big Mac truck and, had all these bells and whistles with me. I was going to perform that job regardless in the same value that I'm supposed to.
Right.
And that's whenever I was gaining my self-respect. And people were looking at it saying, hey, she really is trying her hardest to try to do what she needs to do to gain that.
Okay, I got you. What's his name?
Whose name?
The guy who you were talking about just now. Do you want to give us no shout
there's a few of them. There's a few guys that are like, we're going to see what you can bring to the table.
Okay, got you.
And now when I look at it, I'm like, where are you at today?
I didn't know it was. Okay, we'll leave it at that then. You know what? You are very strong-minded, Juliana, I will say. Which I made a post the other day. On Facebook, I don't know if you saw it or not. If you let them walk all over you, they what the hell did I say? It's something along those lines. You know what I mean? If you don't stand up for yourself, they'll walk all over you. Yes. Okay. So you strike me as that type of person as well. You don't take no bullshit, no nothing. Okay, you're running 2 businesses and stuff. Were you ever perceived as the bitch? Like, do you think that's
all the time?
Do you think that's fair?
All the time. I'm still perceived as that. Okay. Just as of. Now, there are some times where I'm working with clients, and I can honestly say it's never been a female.
Oh, really?
So
it's always dudes.
It's always guys.
Okay.
For instance, right now, I've got 2 projects where craftsmanship was never an issue. Their complaint was, I don't like working with her.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. I understand that we have to have, service is a big thing in it. But at the end of the day, if I'm providing craftsmanship that is just blowing other people out of the water, like, I just don't feel the need to always have to coddle you.
Okay, I got you. So do you think that a lot of people find you difficult to work with because of that?
I would probably say if you put it into about 100%, about 20% of that, they find it difficult to work with me. But it's because I'm so direct and I'm so forward.
Right.
And if you can't handle it, I'm sorry.
I agree with you. You know what I mean? Like, I would rather be perceived as that, but I want my shit done right. You know what I mean? And shout out to my team. We have a really good team here. Me, Mike, and Allison, you know what I mean? Several bumps in the road, I think it's fair to say, right? But we handle shit, and I always say it's always good to have a really good team around you. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And when it comes to like these two producers, my producer and the editor and everything, we have just an understanding. Andrew likes it this way, Allison's doing it this way, Mike is here. We're
People
all punctual.
know my expectations.
Okay, gotcha.
They know me from the very beginning.
Did you think that you were gonna have to kind of tone it down a bit in the beginning, or were you always like, this is how it is, get over it, and that's it?
So yes, I have. So I've noticed along the way that I can't always be, because I am who I am. So I do find myself in situations to where I'm like, okay, I can't be this hard on an employee, or I can't expect them to, I can't set these expectations, because what I know what I can do, they may not be able to do it. So there are times where I've had my teeth kicked in business.
Okay.
And those are very humbling situations to have that happen to you.
I like that you said that. I really do. I'm going to show that particular clip to one of my friends. I just had a conversation. Shout out Morrow. I just had a conversation with him about that, and I'm going to show him that because I like that you use that analogy. That's really good.
Yeah. It's good. It's good.
Yeah,
every business owner needs to have their teeth kicked in.
You have to take your L every once in a while.
Yes,
You're not always going to be the best. You know what I mean? And I think it's a humbling experience, and I think that's how you become more successful.
Because there's always people out there. I will always say there are people out there that are better than me. There are people out there that I can learn from.
Right.
So if I ever walk into a situation like I know everything, there is one thing about me that I will tell you, I am not comfortable with this.
Right.
I probably won't be good enough for this, so you probably should hire somebody. So I know where my level ends and where it begins.
Yeah, for sure. Do you find yourself in a situation like that more often than not, or do you stay pretty confident and like, you know what, I can do this shit?
I stay pretty confident in it.
Okay.
And if I don't know, I'm going to find a way.
Do you think it's not fair? I don't think it's fair now that I know you. Do you think it's not fair for people to perceive you bitchy because you're so confident? Like, do you think that that's like a double standard? Like, if a man is doing that, then he's like, he knows what he's doing. But if she's like coming over confident, she's like, nah, that bitch, she's a bitch. She's hard to work with, this and that.
I think that's a lot of self-reflecting on them.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think you should probably look at why you perceive me that way.
Right, for sure.
And I'll do some stuff. If somebody steps to me and says, hey, you're a bitch.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me the problem, but come with a solution.
Please. Don't you like talking things out?
Come with the solution.
Yes, for sure.
Like, I'm that way. Like, if you have a problem with me, great, let's talk about it. But also tell me what I can do to better it. And then I will reflect on that. And if I'm in the wrong, I'll tell you, I was in the wrong. I apologize for that.
Can I just share that in this business, I have encountered that one time so far. And I'm upset that person won't have a sit down with me. I'm upset with why will you not, do you not think I'm approachable? Do you not think that we can talk about this? Did I do something what did I do that pissed you off to me?
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I'm actually in that same situation right now. Somebody that I would have never thought, literally sent this guy text message after text message. Hey, this is my concern. This is what I'm thinking. I need you to communicate.
Right, for sure.
Ghost.
Wow.
And I'm like, you are on social media every day putting your business out there like you're approachable. And I've messaged you and told you, hey, what's going on?
Okay.
Nothing.
Right. Now, I will say that as much as we are like that, because I like to just nip shit in. That's why in the beginning of this episode, I just wanted to really just lay that out there. And I felt like you deserved that for sure. And I'm the type of person that likes to just get the shit over with. Let's have a conversation. Yes. Let's talk about how we can move forward. Are we going to hate each other after this, or are we going to be cool?
Yeah. Or do we need to go to the backyard and then shake hands afterwards?
Right. Yeah. Now I can't go to the backyard, Juliana. I can't fight. Right? I'm never going to take it that far. But I will say with this one particular instance, maybe that person needs time. We're in the same little field. Yep. And I think that person needs time, but I want that person to know as well, as much as I'm upset that you won't give me the time of day, we deserve, we owe it to each other to have a sit down as to men.
Yeah.
Because regardless if I'm gay, I'm not. I'm still a dude. You know what I mean?
And then also you could probably look at from the aspect of maybe this isn't exactly where life is supposed to have you at right now with this person anyway.
Okay.
And that's literally how I looked at the situation. I'm like, you know what? I've done what I needed to do. I've reached out a few times.
Right.
And if you're just going to be an asshole, then that just means that you're not meant to be in my life right now. Doesn't mean that I don't want you and your business to succeed. It just means that we're not supposed to mesh at this moment. Maybe life will bring us back around.
I think even sitting here is a perfect example with each other.
Yeah,
true. I didn't think a year ago that we were going to have this. You know what I mean? And I'm really, really happy that we had the opportunity to kind of just squash it previous, a little bit of squashage and then squash it now. Let this be an example to you all. If there's an issue, just fucking sit down and have a conversation. You know what I mean? True. I would have let Juliana punch me in the face. It's fine. I've been punched in the face 100 times. It'd be all right.
So that's the difference of men and boys, women and girls.
Yeah.
And that's how I have to look at it. Like if you're not ready to step to the table, then that just means you're not on my level.
I got you. I tell everybody, you know what? I may be a bitch too, but I'm that bitch.
Yeah.
And you want to know what? I'm still a man at the end of the day, and I expect to be treated as such.
Very true.
Do you see what I'm saying? I can be gay, bottom all fucking day, but I'm still a man. You treat me as such. You give me the respect that I deserve as a man because I'm coming at you with nothing less. If you want me to treat you like a bitch, take your clothes off, get in my bed, and let's do this. All right? That's it. Anyway, moving forward, darling. All right. And you know what? In regards to that particular person, if they ever watch it, which I really doubt they'll watch this, but I have no bad blood. I have nothing but love for that person, and I really hope that if he knows who he is, let's have a sit down. Let's talk about it. We owe it to each other. So moving forward. Okay, so Juliana, we got the JR renovations. Okay, we got the JR CrossFit. They've been two successful endeavors, right? So they're still going strong. Can you talk to us just a little bit about that?
Yeah, so JR CrossFit has been in the works now for 8 years. We've actually had some people that come to us and wanted to buy it for a little over $250,000. We've only invested about $51,000 total into everything whenever we first started up. But that's going strong. JR Renovations is insane.
Wow.
It is insane. We've grossed over millions last year.
Wow.
But this year, going into February, we're already past that.
I got you.
And I'm like, holy shit, we're only into February.
Yeah.
So we just purchased our own building. We've had our own brick and mortar building, but it's being it was leased.
Right.
But now we've purchased our own building right off I-35. So I didn't bite off more than I could chew whenever I first started.
For sure.
That's not our only endeavors. I also am in partnership in a company called Concentrated Blends. So I'm sure that once this gets out there, people are going to be like, oh, she's a dope dealer. But basically what it is I'm going to be, I legally sell marijuana. I just don't do it here in Texas.
Okay.
So what it is I'm partnered with a guy that's in Washington. I actually went to school with him. And my bank is in the process of it's basically hemp farms.
Right.
Getting it all set up. I've already bought property. We're going to be cultivating the land.
Wow.
But what he does is we get everything from gummies to balms, lotion, you name it. Any type of product that you can think of. We have all of that, and it's in dispensaries in Washington, all these different places.
Right.
And we've labeled it, we've branded it, we have a website for it, and then once it becomes legal in Texas, we're ready to rock and roll.
Baby, you ain't gonna never have a financial worry in the world.
Never.
Okay.
We're ready to rock and roll.
Yeah.
And our bank, I just got to give a shout out to TFMB, your bank for life, Kevin Dobbs, banker, the most awesome banker that you could ever have. I can go to him at any point and just say, hey, I need this, Kevin, and they get it done for me. I pitched this proposal and was basically like, hey, I know people are probably going to think of me like Queen of the South after this, but I promise you it's going to make multi-million dollars.
Absolutely.
And so this is what I want to do. And he was like, no problem.
When we went to Vegas, I don't like do stuff like that. I don't really, I never have even smoked a cigarette or weed, nothing like that. It's just not my thing. It's like unappealing to me. You know what I mean? But the guys were, there was weed dispensaries. Weed's
crazy.
expensive. It's so expensive.
It's crazy.
Girl, and the cookies did look good, but I was like, I don't know about no $50 for no cookies.
Yes,
you know
it's crazy.
I mean? Yeah.
And so literally I have not done anything since it's probably been 20 something years.
Cool.
Don't
Congrats.
touch anything. Don't do anything anymore. I very rarely drink. But if I can make money off of it,
Absolutely.
I've been raised with the motto: if it doesn't make money, it doesn't make sense.
Oh, hey, that's a good one. Okay, so this is all just the money thing for you. I mean, which is fine.
It's business.
It's business. Yep. There you go. I didn't mean that sounded horrible when I said it like that. It's all business. Juliana, we do have to wrap up here in a second, but not before I get into this. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about your personal life. I mean, you are an openly lesbian woman. You got the family. The wife is beautiful. You got the kids. The kids came and helped you flamethrower the stairs. I hope this is not too personal, but I've got questions about this. Okay, the kids. Who birthed the kids?
So she actually has 2 kids from previously before.
She was with guys. Okay, got you.
And then we have one together. His name is Jace Mateo. He's biologically mine.
Yeah.
But she birthed him, so she's the birth mother.
So is it your eggs?
It's my egg.
Can you walk us through that? I'm curious because I have a question.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so basically decided that I wanted to have a baby.
Right.
And I was like, we're going to do this. We went to Austin. Awesome place up there, fertility place. Dr. Hansen, she's God sent. Walked in there and I was like, look, I'm ready to have a baby.
Yeah.
So they harvested all these eggs inside of me. And then it was like a freaking brochure. We went through and we were like, okay, we're going to find a donor.
Yeah.
Found a donor. Everything is all done legally.
Wow.
Like legally to a T. It is binding. And we found a donor. He is super awesome. Like we've never met him. We just see like his profile. We can hear his voice. We see videos of him. And we bought his sperm in a vial.
Like he's just like, here you go. Like,
bought his sperm in a spot. It's from a sperm bank. So again, everything's all legal.
Right.
It was brought in. They took my eggs out of me and then they created embryos.
Okay.
Of those embryos, I had 8 embryos. The first 4 were genetically tested, so I knew what I was going to have.
Wow.
So we could tell boys or girls.
Okay.
Out of those 4 that were first tested, all of them were girls except for 1.
Okay.
And so I knew I wanted a boy.
Right.
So I still have 4 little girls.
Oh.
They're just frozen. Embryos.
Okay. Are you ever going to wait? So they're yours?
Yeah, they're mine.
They're just over there chilling.
They're chilling.
So are you ever going to like have them? Like how does?
So
and I don't mean to sound ignorant.
No.
Okay.
Kind of. I've gone back and forth about that.
Okay.
But what I think I may do is there are a lot of families out there that can't afford it.
Oh, okay.
It is very, very expensive.
Right.
Insurance is not covered. Literally, me and my wife dropped $50,000 in cash.
To have the baby.
To have the baby.
Wow.
He's a very expensive baby.
Okay.
And
maybe you better do something with that.
There's a lot of people that can't do that can't afford that.
Okay.
They can't. And so I've been looking into maybe donating my next my eggs to a family that has tried and wants a baby.
Okay. Wow, that is actually that would help a lot of people.
Yes.
That would. I know there's a lot of people out there that are struggling with not being able to have kids and stuff.
Yes.
That's really generous of you. Okay. So, wow, cool. Okay, so you have the 4 how long do they keep them frozen?
For years.
Just
it can be they're in a cryo bank.
Oh, okay, got you. Okay, so it's your son, like your biological son, and then they put the
embryo
in her. And then she gets pregnant.
She baked him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's how that works. I was wondering if you were the one that was actually pregnant.
Nope. And then we had a natural birth.
Okay.
So everything was all natural. Waco Birthing Center, props out to them too. Everything is just a very intimate setting.
Wow.
Nothing's at the hospital.
Okay.
It was the first time I've seen it in nursing school, but being on the side of it, actually being your own child, it's amazing how what a female body can handle.
Seriously?
Yep.
Oh,
and so, I
shit.
mean, I got to give her all the props for that, for having my baby. Like, we decided that this was the way that we wanted to do it. We had it naturally, and she took it like a champ.
Okay. Wow. That is so freaking cool. I did not know that that's how that works. Yeah. Okay. So you guys have 4 kids. How old is your son now?
3. He's 18 months old.
Oh, okay. Oh, you just had him. That was just, okay. Yeah. Got you. Yeah.
He's a handful.
Okay, cool. So you have your one son. Okay. And so you're pretty much, like we said, you were just thinking about donating the other 4.
Yes.
Let us know what you do with that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think that's, wow, Juliana, I think that is so awesome. You know what? Real quick, I just want to ask this real quick. I know we have to wrap up shit. Okay. The wife, you mentioned she was with, can we talk about this?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
She was with men before. You know, I love turning me on a nice straight man. You know what I mean? Was there a sense of empowerment for you? Were you like, yeah, look what you men can't do? You know what I mean?
She actually came out of a very bad situation.
Oh, okay.
So our middle son, his dad is a real piece.
Okay.
Like, literally, he would, I guess you would probably say he was a pimp.
Oh.
Because he had a girlfriend that was like 17 at the time, and he was in his 30s, prostituted her out.
Oh, wow.
My wife never did any of those things, but he was like trying to be drug dealer, you know, and they had their youngest son, and he just decided that that's not what he didn't want that, and literally left her broke. She didn't have a penny to her name.
Poor thing.
When I first met her, they were hamburger helper. You know, she now I got to give her props. You know, she had some money in her bank account. She had just bought her first house. But literally, like, you know, our middle son was Walmart shoes. Nothing wrong with that. She was doing the best that she could. But she was left in a very bad spot after their divorce.
I got you. And so would you, which is great, by the way, would you say you turned her gay, or would you say that she was
actually, when we first met, there was not that connection when we first met. Now, I remember seeing her and I was like, oh, she's hot. Right. And I was her trainer. That's how we met. I was her trainer. And if she was sitting here, she would tell you to this day that it would upset her that I wasn't giving her the time of day. I was single, and I would do the side hug. Oh, hey girl, how you doing? You know, but
she wanted the full hug.
Yeah, you could tell she wanted more, right? And then one thing just kind of led to another. And that's kind of how we started off.
I love when that happens. When it's always the one you least expect. It's like, whoa.
I least expected that. Like, I never thought that I would go from being in the relationship that I was in and then dating a lady that had 2 kids. I just never thought that.
And this is your soulmate. You guys are married.
Yes,
correct.
Married,
okay.
Yes.
How long?
8. Well, I have it tattooed.
Oh, darling.
Because I don't remember. 4/28, 8 years ago.
8 years ago. Yeah. Wow. Congratulations to you, Juliana. You know what? Unfortunately, we are running out of time, but I do want to let you know that I really appreciate you coming on to the Public Affair. Did I leave anything out? Is there anything like shout outs you want to give? Anything else you want to touch on?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I think we pretty much covered it all.
We did, darling. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you again so much for coming on to the Public Affair. Best of luck to you and your family. Best of luck to JR Renovations. Best of luck to JR CrossFit. If you guys are looking for a gym, if you guys are looking for renovations, you can hit up JR CrossFit. You can hit up JR Renovations. They got you, okay? Juliana, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for coming on to the Public Affair, taking time out. Go back with the family, okay? Go camp. You know, let me know how that thing goes. So, thank you guys again so much for watching this episode of The Public Affair. Before we go, I definitely want to use this opportunity to give a shout out to just a few more sponsors of the show. Of course, the Soko Soccer Academy with Dominic Gutierrez and Ariana Gutierrez, located at 3304 Franklin Drive. They offer team, small group, and individual skill training and elite skills training to make your kid a superb star athlete with Dominic Gutierrez. They also have open play on Mondays and Wednesdays for 16 and older at 8:30 p.m. with Morrow. I call him Silly Buns. We're really great friends. Okay? It's only $5 to play, so if you're into soccer, make sure you go check that out. Follow on Facebook at Soko Soccer Academy and on Instagram at Soko Soccer 254. Dominic, Ariana, thank you so much. You've done for me. You know, they've helped me shred tons. Julian,
I have seen your
girl episode.
Transformation.
Oh God, I can't. Yes, thank you.
I actually know them. I know all them. Yeah, Isaac. So Isaac used to be a trainer at my gym for a very long time. Yeah, and so I know London. I know them. And then the brother-in-law or the brother of London, Dominic, he used to be there at my gym too, kind of coming in and out.
Shout out to them.
But yeah, whenever I heard that they were getting their place together,
good.
Mad props. For me, Hispanic, minority, like
you're all about
I'm all about people starting their own.
It.
And if people ever want to come to me about entrepreneurship or investing, I'm really big into that right now. So I'd like for people to give me their business proposals, give me their pitches, their business plans, and I'll see if that's something I want to invest in.
Sounds good. We appreciate that. Yeah, Dominic got my body looking right. Yeah. Dominic and Isaac, I would say, and London. Yes, they all look at them. Okay, really my DMs are still in a little trouble. Anyway, so big shout out to Soko Soccer Academy with Dominic Gutierrez and Ariana Gutierrez. Of course, the Pollo Box and Audio with Jeffrey Monreal, home for all your LED needs and auto accessories, installation of stereos, door speakers, and audio systems. He also specializes in building custom subwoofer enclosures and much more. He's definitely a jack of all trades. He does tinting. He does every single thing to make your car look super snackish. He's the reason why I didn't buy a brand new car, because my car looks hot now. He's your one-stop shop to get done and everything in one roof. Did I say that right? To get everything done in one roof. Jeffrey Monreal with Pollo Box and Audio. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair, bro. And of course, I'm going to go see them right now. I think they're at Soko Soccer Academy. Junior Banda with Fat Boy Michelada and Botana provides the best Michelada and Botana plates for yourself or for a party. He has a menu of ton of different items, including Botana bowls, chamoy, pickles, and more. If you've never had it, you should.
No, I haven't.
Girl, you got to. Oh, it's so good.
That and Pee-wee's.
Oh, Pee-wee's. Oh, darling. Okay,
yes. I need to go try them out.
Yes. And Fat Boy Michelada and Botana is definitely my vice. I love roll rolling around in those botana bowls and those botana trays. They're locally operated, so make sure you get the best and not the rest, and follow on Facebook and Instagram at Fatboy Michelada y Botana and place your orders now. Thank you so much to my boy Junior Banda for sponsoring this episode. Again, to everybody who tuned into this episode, thank you guys so much for all your love and support. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Ms. Juliana Resendez. Thank you for coming on.
Yes,
I'm really happy we finally got to have this sit down. I
sure.
really am. I'm grateful for it, and best of luck to you. Seriously, okay?
Y'all will be seeing me on Best of Waco. I will win the Best of Waco
Yes,
this year.
okay. We're gonna watch for you, girl. Yeah, she's out on a mission, and don't forget, darling, to always keep it between us.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.